Overnight, a driver charged over a catastrophic pile-up on Sydney's M4. Barnaby Joyce's campaign posters defaced and strung up in Tamworth. An elderly man's dangerous expedition on a mobility scooter.
You're not supposed to be on the freeway.
And the Knights make it 3 wins in a row against the Bulldogs.
This is NBN News with Jane Goldsmith.
Good evening. 1 week away from the election and on the eve of Mother's Day, Prime Minister Scott Morrison today beefed up his crucial effort to woo female voters. He pledged funding to help women returning to the workforce, while Bill Shorten came face to face with a furry namesake.
Bill the dog meets Bill the politician. A week out from polling day, the Labor leader promises $2 million for Guide Dogs Victoria, while the Prime Minister was back at Saturday netball. Before announcing $75 million aimed at helping women get back into the workforce by brushing up on their computer and interview skills.
Mums have got to make choices, and they make a lot of hard choices on our behalf and for themselves, and I just want to make those choices a little bit easier for them.
Prompting criticism from Labor.
No amount of belated interest by Mr Morrison can hide the problem that the Liberals have with women.
The Liberal Party will officially launch its campaign tomorrow in Melbourne on Mother's Day. 9 News can confirm the women close to the Prime Minister will play a prominent role in the launch. A low-key event, according to the PM. Unlike Labor's launch, there'll be no former leaders.
It isn't a day for party hoopla.
Economic management will be the key theme. The Prime Minister today brushing aside the Reserve Bank's downgrade to its economic forecasts.
Well, the forecast the RBA has outlined is now consistent with the forecast we had in the budget.
The opposition leader seeing a bright side.
I think the RBA made the case indirectly for voting Labor.
Signs of a weakening economy will be the winner's prize next weekend. Kerry Yaxley, NBN News.
Barnaby Joyce appears to be on the nose with voters. One of his campaign posters defaced and hung from a bridge in his own backyard. A string of dead fish and a sign saying the stench of corrupt politicians greeted drivers in Tamworth today. But Prime Minister Scott Morrison said it wouldn't affect his campaign.
I think there's been a lot of these very unfortunate and unwelcome incidents during the campaign, but to be honest, I can't be distracted by that.
Joyce has not commented on the poster. A Sydney mother accused of a hit and run that killed a cyclist claims she thought she'd hit metal. The 47-year-old woman was released on bail, even though police allege she reversed back over the bike rider before leaving the scene.
After spending a night behind bars, Bonnie Ho walks free, accused of a deadly hit and run. Why did you leave?
Why did you leave the scene of the crime? I didn't know I hit anyone.
What did you think you'd hit?
A piece of metal.
The 47-year-old mother was arrested after attending Auburn Police Station yesterday. 3 days after police allege she ran over and killed 66-year-old cyclist Raymond Rawiri.
What did you see?
Nothing. You didn't see
the man on the ground?
You can see her speed. Check the CCTV. She's not like, oh, I have to run because I did something wrong.
But police allege she purposely reversed back over the cyclist before taking off after the crash at an intersection in Lidcombe on Tuesday.
She just make a left turn, and then when she hit something, she just tried to find a safe spot to stop, and then when she reversed, she looked left, right, nothing. So she, as soon as she know that the metal is off, she just goes.
Police released security vision in an effort to track down the driver. Mrs. Ho's husband says she became aware of the investigation when she watched a TV news report.
So we watched it on Thursday, and then my daughter says, "Oh, Mom, that looks like you." And then so the following morning we approached the lawyer.
Bonnie Ho was granted bail on 3 charges, including dangerous driving causing death, but has to provide $10,000 in surety and will have to report to police twice a week as part of her bail conditions.
Just days after their lives were torn apart, the fiancé of a man killed in a crash on Sydney's M4 motorway has described the pain of her loss. It comes as the man accused of causing the fatal smash today faced court.
Just days after Frankie, the man she was about to marry, was tragically killed in a crash too ugly for words, Brock Nicholson summed up her shock and devastation in a statement, because it's still too difficult to speak. Our focus is solely on our beautiful Francis and remembering the fantastic man he was. Overnight, another man called Francis was charged.
Witnesses came forward with dash cam.
53-year-old Nigerian man Francis Omoji's driving allegedly so dangerous and negligent it caused Irish tradie Francis Shanley's death and left at least 2 others hurt. Court documents state Omoji applied unnecessary braking, steering his green Toyota Echo across 3 lanes of traffic at the Church Street off-ramp on the M4 on Thursday morning.
It appears that he has stopped, which has caused a knock-on effect.
The father of 3 says his car suffered a mechanical issue before the deadly smash.
As Omoji allegedly kept driving away from the overwhelming chaos, he claims he had no idea he was even involved because his car was unscathed. But police say what happened here was so catastrophic, he had to know.
Today, he was denied bail for exactly that. The magistrate pointing to the serious allegation he failed to stop, saying it may also reflect his attitude to police and the court. Omoji hung his head as he appeared, but in court, the man accused of attempting to hide from an unspeakable accident was hard to miss.
They're the 2 most powerful countries in the world, and right now China and the United States are locked in a trade war. Beijing is vowing payback after the US hiked tariffs on Chinese-made goods, and Australia is caught right in the middle.
A smile, a shake, but still a standoff between our biggest economic partner and biggest security partner. A Chinese delegation leaving trade talks empty-handed, the world's 2 biggest economies now in a trade war.
You see the tariffs were done? Because they broke the deal. They broke the deal.
At midnight, the US increasing tariffs on more than $300 billion worth of Chinese goods from 10% to 25%. China promising retaliation. The president marked the moment with a flurry of tweets explaining your all-time favourite president got tired of waiting for China to help out and start buying from our farmers, the greatest anywhere in the world. By the closing bell, Wall Street had recovered slightly, still experiencing one of its worst weeks of 2019.
But clearly this is a setback, and it's a setback again in what the market priced in, and that's why, of course, the markets have tumbled.
The move will affect the price of consumer goods in America in the short term, but has the potential to flow through to Australia if the standoff drags on.
I'm not that optimistic. I think that imposing tariffs on other countries can backfire on the country that imposes those tariffs and the people of that country.
Charles Croucher, NBN News.
4 foreign hostages have been freed from a militant group in West Africa in a French Special Forces operation. 2 elite soldiers were killed in the nighttime raid, which was supported by US intelligence. 2 French citizens, a US citizen and South Korean woman were rescued. A 25-year-old foreign worker has been sentenced to 13 months community service and disqualified from driving for 3 years after his involvement in a fatal crash in the state's northwest in 2017. Jackie Lin was behind the wheel of a Ford sedan on the Oxley Highway in March when he attempted to overtake a Toyota, causing the other driver to swerve into oncoming traffic. Kim Chan died at the scene while his sister was injured. Two people have been refused bail accused of supplying the drug ice in Newcastle. Around 5:30 yesterday afternoon, police swooped on a home at Hanbury Street in Mayfield and arrested a 24-year-old man. Inside the home, officers allegedly uncovered methamphetamine, other illicit drugs and cash. A 28-year-old woman was arrested nearby. Both were taken to Waratah Police Station and charged with supplying a prohibited drug. They'll face Newcastle local court in July. The streets of Cardiff were flooded early this morning after a water main burst. Main Road was closed for more than 6 hours after it was inundated just before 5 a.m. Several suburbs lost power. Hunter water crews worked to clear water and debris while repairing the main on Fern Valley Road. The company says ongoing dry conditions combined with cold overnight temperatures likely contributed to the main break. Dozens of greyhounds have been retired from the track and into Hunter homes as part of the Greyhound Racing's new adoption program. It comes as officials work to clean up the industry after it was shut down almost 3 years ago.
Simon's on the hunt for the Everson family's newest fur baby.
We lost one of our dogs probably 2 or 3 months ago. He sadly had cancer. So thought, well, let's go and have a look.
And it seems he's found a new pup to add to his pack, along with Sue Whitakers, who isn't walking away empty-handed.
We do have a cat, so we've been looking for a cat-tolerant greyhound. And Tonya is the pet one.
Greyhounds as Pets is a program seeking today, mate, hosted the first regional adoption day.
I've got a brand new business plan, and that's regionalising the Greyhounds as Pets programs.
The scheme's on track for record adoption numbers, with the industry looking to break down stigmas attached to the breed.
I think the big misunderstanding is you have to walk them a lot, but they only need to walk 30 minutes a day.
The push for adoption comes almost 3 years after the state government reversed its decision to shut down the industry.
We got a real wake-up call in New South Wales 2 years ago, and it shut. We're aware of that. We want to acknowledge the past and the mistakes.
And while animal welfare advocates welcome the new initiative, they say it doesn't go far enough.
The industry itself has admitted to killing around 17,000 healthy dogs every year, and unfortunately only about 5% of all greyhounds ever make it into adoption.
Georgia Anderson, NBN News.